We're going to continue a discussion on solving quadratic equations. This is part 2 of a multi-part video. We ended part 1 with this green example. We had a quadratic polynomial equal to 10, and we were finding all values of x such that the left-hand side would equal 10. And we found that the solution set was going to be -1 and 3. Now, how did we come up with -1 and 3? Well, we chose to use the zero product property. So we had subtracted 10 from both sides, collected like terms, factored the red trinomial into x plus 1 times x minus 3. And then the zero product property said either the first factor is 0 or the second factor must be 0. And we separately solved those two linear equations. Okay, let's take the same example and use the quadratic formula. Okay, so we're going to continue to explore x squared minus 2x plus 7 equals 10, and we're going to try to use the quadratic formula where x equals opposite b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac, the whole thing over 2a. And this formula will give us two real solutions if the discriminant is positive. Okay, now I may be getting out of view, so let me get rid of the rest of that first example. Okay, a person should only use this quadratic formula after getting all the terms of the trinomial on one side of the equal sign. So one of the sides of the equation has to be 0, and in this example we're not there. So just like strategy 1, the first thing we're going to do is subtract 10 both sides of the equation. Okay, so I'll continue to have x squared minus 2x, but 7 minus 10 is -3, 10 minus 10 is 0, and now we're set where the leading coefficient is 1, the linear coefficient is -2, and the constant term is -3. This might be a point where you want to pause the video, plug in a equals 1 everywhere there's an a in the formula, b equals -2 in both spots where there's a b in the formula, and c equals -3 in its appropriate spot. Okay, and let's see. X will equal opposite -2 plus or minus the square root -2 squared minus 4 times 1 times -3 all over 2 times 1. Was that what you got after replacing a is 1, b -2, and c -3? Okay. So our first solution, we'll take the opposite of -2 and we'll add the square root, 4 plus 12. And we'll divide that result by 2. And for our second solution, we still have the opposite of -2. But now we're going to subtract the square root of the discriminant all over 2. Okay. And we get the same solution set. Again, you might want to pause and see that you're a believer before I check it. Okay, 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 2 minus 4 is -2. -2 divided by 2 is -1. Okay, so that does agree, though we listed the solutions differently, in a different order, agrees with our factoring strategy. Okay. In subsequent videos, you want to study how the sign of the discriminant changes kind of the flavor of the solution set. You may get fewer solutions, you may get no solutions. And when we say no solutions, we mean no real solutions. They would be complex solutions.